the ability to say, do, and be anything. 2 is the insurance that you have to defend that right in the form of the Second Amendment. Some gun lovers down here in Georgia. Excellent. And I would encourage you to consider some things. I know most of the people in here are going to be fans of Daddy. I would encourage you, some particularly loud fans of Daddy down here. My favorite section of the audience already. You're okay, you're okay. We can live with you too. I would encourage you to evangelize as best you can this next election, because the future of your nation is at stake. And without a strong and free America, the rest of the world is screwed. We need you. So don't be dumb. I don't know what to say to you guys. I mean, like, America doesn't learn its lessons. You know, you've had 9/11 here, you've had Orlando, and still this country is on the precipice of electing a woman who would allow more Islamic immigration into this country, more people raised on hate and terror. In Orlando, where 50 gay people were murdered and another 50... We should shoot back. You should shoot back. Where 50 people were killed, 50 people were injured. And this guy, Omar Mateen, whose dad is, of course, a Hillary supporter. Of course he was. And they have the chutzpah, if you'll forgive the expression. They have the chutzpah to put the guy behind her at a rally. You think they didn't know that? You think they didn't know who he was? Are you kidding me? They're laughing at you. These people are laughing at you, and they're laughing at you as they radically redraw the conceptual and geographic boundaries of the country that belongs to you, that you live in, that you love, and that it has proven itself the greatest country in the history of human civilization. You've got to stay free. You've got to stay strong. And you also got to vote in your own best interests. Most of the people here haven't really felt the full economic force of globalism and globalization yet, but you will. And when you do, you'll discover that wage depression will get you. That the assaults on the First Amendment required to lie to and about people in order to bring in cheap labor. You know, the left wants to do it because they just import voters, you know. You grant amnesty to 11 million illegals, the Republicans will never get in again. The right, establishment GOP. They do it because they don't care about you. They just want cheap cooks and cleaners. Well, I would like you to leave this room and take a message to Paul Ryan's wife's boyfriend. And that message should be, you got to stand behind Daddy. You got to get behind Donald Trump, because if you don't, this country will never, ever forgive you. And neither, by the way, will the rest of the world. If you allow America to change in the way that it is about to, if you allow Hillary Clinton to elect 4 Supreme Court justices, your freedom of speech is gone. Your guns are gone. I'm right about everything. I'm almost far right about everything. This is a bleak future, but you are on the precipice of it. And many of you are in college, so you know just how bad it is, because you've seen people lied to and lied about when it comes to the wage gap. Campus rape culture. The insane idea that American college campuses, which have, of course, been run by liberals for 35 years, are hotbeds of rape. That rape rates on these colleges approach those of the Congo, where rape is used as a weapon of war. And your president repeats these lies. He repeats things he knows are not true. Well, I don't believe that you help women by lying to them. I believe that you help women by having an open, frank discussion in the fair marketplace of ideas, and you come to the best conclusion after everybody's had their say. Hillary is the ultimate insider. She's inside ambulances, hospitals, doctors. We shouldn't. You know, they said it was a vast right-wing conspiracy. They did. They said you can't talk about it. It's sexism and ageism to talk about Hillary's health. And then... Every day, the Hillary campaign wakes up when they finish their morning prayers to Mecca. They pray that they don't have another beautiful, balmy afternoon, another overheating incident. It was possibly the nicest day of the year. A lovely, sweet breeze. Medium to... I don't know what they're complaining about, a little mild seizure here and there. A few buckling legs. Who cares? Hillary Clinton says that, that open borders are her dream. She says that open borders are her dream. Well, that will not leave you with much of an America left. And among... Among the other things, Hillary... It's very enthusiastic, I appreciate that. Among the many things Hillary likes, knitting, scissoring, not Pepe. Not Pepe. She doesn't like Pepe very much. She doesn't like Pepe. See, Hillary Clinton, did you see her reading out my headlines? Birth control makes women unattractive and crazy. Would you rather your child had feminism or cancer? I think we all know the answer, and feminism is a perfect example of how the left lies and lies and lies again, and then calls you names to cover it up, and then calls you all manner of things, clamps down on your free speech, abuses your civil rights in service of political ideology masquerading as caretaking, masquerading as equality and diversity, as kindness, as fairness. They have debased the language to such an extent that they can rain down hate on straight white men, their group of particular loathing, and call it love, and call it diversity. They can welcome in, thanks to their insane obsession with identity politics, 12,500 Syrian migrants in the last few months of Obama's presidency because he thinks no one's looking. Because everyone's focused on Hillary and Trump. Take back Constantinople, I say. We'll start with Constantinople, and we'll see where we end up. You may not love everything about Donald Trump, but there are a few truths that we cannot escape. One, he is the only person running for president this cycle, the only person who stood for president who has any hope of stemming Islamic terror in this country. The only one. And I'll tell you, as a gay man, and I'm not a citizen here, and I don't. It's shocking, I know. It's something of a revelation. My mother's going to be watching this. She's going to be very upset. Now you've let the cat out of the bag. I'm only a visitor here, but I do think this country is great. Thank you. You see, this is this sort of, well, this is an example, there is a place for good immigration. You just don't need to take criminals and rapists and murderers and terrorists. This is America. You can pick whoever you want. You can have anyone. But I'll tell you, as a gay man, and I'm only a visitor here, and I don't like to sort of presume too much, but I went down to Orlando after that happened, and I was very distressed, very shocked. And I guess I shouldn't have been, but I was very shocked to see politicians, even some conservative politicians, and celebrities and journalists, banging that same old love wins drum, and let's not allow this to lead to homophobia. Well, this guy wasn't from Syria. This guy wasn't from Saudi Arabia. This guy was from here. He was bred into this in a mosque 45 minutes north of Orlando that hosts a speaker who said that the compassionate thing to do in America was to murder all homosexuals. Now, there are Christians out there who vote Republican who don't necessarily love everything about the way I live my life. But there is a much, much bigger enemy out there. We might be gay, but we're your gays. And on behalf of the 50... Thank you for that. Thank you for that particular act of charity. Those of us who aren't as loud, who don't have columns in crappy gay mags and don't get on TV as much because we don't have the right opinions, are asking for your help in this election. In the last election in the UK, 50% of gay men told pollsters, but only anonymously, of course, that they were thinking of voting for the Conservatives. I have a feeling that the number is similar here. I have a feeling that gays, for all of their silliness from time to time, and their insane love affair with Hillary Clinton, actually, when it comes down to it, have got to the stage where they realize they pretty much have everything they want now. And now they want to join the American dream like everybody else. They want to flourish, they want to live, they want to pay taxes, they want to get on with their lives. They can't do that when the Democrats are pandering to radical Islam, mollycoddling Muslims, worrying more about the hurt feelings of this thin-skinned and ugly religious ideology than the lives, livelihoods, and safety of gay people who live here. So there are a lot of silent women, and there are a lot of silent blacks who know their wages are at threat from immigration. There are a lot of silent gays who are worried about Islam. There are a lot of silent people in this election counting on you, the high-energy guys, counting on you, the people who will go out and yell and scream and shout and enjoy yourselves and then evangelize everywhere you go to everyone you meet. They are counting on you. We are counting on you. I implore you to do everything you can in this election to make sure that Donald Trump emerges victorious. And you don't have to... You don't have to love everything about the guy. You just got to remember the Supreme Court, the wall, and Islam. And guns. Thank you very much. I hope you do the right thing. Thank you very much. Thank you.